Being a parent can be really challenging. Child and Family Resource Network focuses on connecting pregnant parents and those with kids under the age of 5 with free support services to help them on their parenting journey. Everyone deserves someone they can turn to for help with parenting. Visit childandfamilyresourcenetwork.org today.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
Hi, I'm Gearóid Farrelly.
And I'm Niamh Kavanagh, and you're listening to
Agony Rants.
So, were you at the gig last night?
I was at the gig. I love the way that the modest Kavanagh straight away. Tell me how good I was. Now, I have to say, Niamh, as much as I'd have loved to have gone and torn you apart on social media behind your back, you were fab.
Yeah, not like a fan at all.
No, I have to say, I tried not to be a fan. I was like, there she is there. Like the one that caused you all that hassle when you're at it and you're like, will you ever say something short? And there she is, blowing the roof off the place.
The Pro Cathedral.
I have to say, Niamh, I felt a bit weird about going into a church. I was like, this just doesn't feel like the place for Eurovision.
It's a strange one, all right, but we have to say, we are always having to say.
What's happening here is we had a meeting, right? Like, first of all, we had a meeting where we said we need to have a very structured start to the show. So welcome to Agony Rants.
Yes.
I'm Gearóid Farrelly. This is Niamh Kavanagh. And we're here to talk about your problems.
Yeah.
So, that was the first thing on our list, which we have absolutely missed. And the second thing was we had a list of all the things that we shouldn't say. And I think by this point, in 2 minutes, we've said all of them.
All the things that we say too much.
Because we got a message during the week from somebody, Alan, not to name anyone.
I don't know Alan, but
it was basically talking about the things that we say, like our little vocal tics.
yes.
And Niamh says, I'm not going to lie. And what was the one I say?
You say, the one you say is...
The thing about that
is... We both have said it now.
We both said it. So we're just going to get that out of the way. But Niamh Kavanagh did a show last night with all of the Irish Eurovision winners.
Well, not all of them, because Emer was missing.
We care about.
Oh, road. We care about Emer.
And it was incredible. I mean, I have to say, it was kind of like this big post-COVID thing where we were like, oh, this is what we used to do. I know. Used to be these Eurovision shows and it was great and happy and lovely.
Yeah, it really was. And it was very emotional, actually, at times. You know, certainly, well, there was a lot of tears backstage anyway. But I think that was because it was emotional. It might have been because
here we are again singing the same songs.
Oh my gosh! But and do we know this one? And trying to wheel everybody out at the right time. It was pretty much that way. But we love meeting up and doing a show together. Like we really do. It's very affectionate. I have to admit.
It was. I have to say, it's such a strange thing because I've been in the company of Eurovision winners a couple of times.
Yeah,
and it's a very strange thing to be in the company of so many people who have done this absolutely incredible thing. It's like this thing that follows you around. It's like that you have this one thing in common among all of you.
Yeah.
It's probably like the biggest, most public thing you've ever done in your life.
Yeah.
Like it's such an incredible achievement. And it just every year or so you all gravitate back together to...
I know. It's like a trauma thing.
That only you can understand.
It's like people who go through traumas. They have to kind of gather occasionally to relive it because nobody else will understand what you went through. Yeah, there's that element to it. But, the concerts are always very, very, I suppose, just really lovely. It's like going into CM Relations. It's
a strange atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't been to one.
Yeah.
Like the only way you can really describe it is if you go to it. It's very strange. And it has that Dolly Parton vibe.
Okay.
And the reason I'm saying this, it's kind of like everyone from all walks of life. Like I know we joke on this show that like it's gays between 30 and 45.
Shocker.
But it's really not.
No, it's not.
Like the demographic is so broad. Like there's gay couples, there's like people in their 70s, there's young kids. It's very strange.
And very invested in it. And very invested in it. And different levels of invested, shall we say.
There was a gang of kids waving flags that I think they waved them for about 3 hours.
I know I don't think they were Eurovision fans, first of all. They were tiny. They were given that job to do. There was a lot of... They literally were put in behind us. I'm not 100% sure why, but they were wonderful, and but they were actually given that job to do, and they were waving flags.
They waved flags for a long time.
Yeah, they did. And actually there's a lovely thing when I meet some of the fans who flew in. The people flew in.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that just came from like different parts of Europe just to see this.
I know.
This concert.
I mean, next year I'll be 30 years since I won, and or should I say, since I was indoctrinated into the cult
of Eurovision.
That is Eurovision. And actually, I really am very fond of the people that I meet on a regular basis. And sometimes you meet someone who you maybe interacted with on Facebook or on social media, and they kind of come in and they, you see the face and you realise, actually, I do know who you are, but I absolutely have no idea who you are. I know.
I know what you mean, but you know the type of person.
I know why you're here, and I really appreciate you, and that, and the six of us. I suppose the six who were there last night of the actual Irish winners, we're all very different in some ways,
completely
as people, but we're also very linked and we're very fond of each other. So there's a bit of a joking thing, and we all have our dynamics.
Absolutely. I mean, I have to say, every time I see her and every time I meet her, Linda Martin.
Oh, she's fab.
She's just fab.
She is.
Like, she's the best crack. And she's so good on, like, it's just, she's brilliant. I have to say, as much as I do take the piss. I do take the piss.
Do you?
I always take the piss out of Linda. But she's just great.
No, she
We
is.
have to get her on. We have to get her on for a guest episode.
And I'd love that, and she'd be amazing. Now we wouldn't survive it, but we definitely.
And do you know what the thing I always forget is? You're a very good singer.
Oh,
I was watching you last night and I was like, God almighty, like the amount of times we just sit there horsing brownies into us. And I forget, you're absolutely brilliant.
Oh,
like, I don't think I say that enough, Niamh.
I'm kind of blushing a little bit here. I don't know.
I mean, you're an absolute nightmare to work on a podcast with. Every day is a wake in hell.
Yeah.
But you're incredible on stage. I have to say it.
I'm cheeky too.
You are cheeky.
And my favourite thing was I wore my Eurovision earrings last night, right? And sometimes I don't know what I'm going to say, but anyway, I have the original earrings, so I wore them last night, and then I declared, as I always do on stage, I put all of my vulnerabilities out, and I said, "This is the only thing that fits me from Eurovision."
I have to say, Niamh, when you said the room did the room came apart. It was brilliant. It was the line of the night, right? I have to say, and the other contender for line of the night, right, was, and it was absolutely spectacular, was when they were introducing Secret Garden.
Oh yes,
right,
of course.
Because Secret Garden were there. They won
in 95 with Nocturne.
With Nocturne, and and whoever was introducing them, I can't remember who it was, said, "Do you remember Nocturne by Secret Garden?" And a woman in front of me said, "Vaguely." We've got a very interesting topic this week. Now, again, this is very much a you topic at the moment.
Yes, it's me.
Times when we bit off more than we could chew.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of regret involved in that sometimes, but sometimes it happens during it or on the precipice of it. Tomorrow, I am flying to Portugal to restart my Camino.
She's on her Camino journey.
Darling, I'm
spiritual.
Going to see, by the time we do our next podcast, I will be enlightened in a way that you don't even need to know, right?
Yeah, she's going to be on Instagram, doing Instagram lives, just doing headstands.
Oh my
headstands with a yogi.
That's it. That's if Gearóid actually teaches me how to do Instagram Live. What happened was, years ago, myself and my friend, we decided we were going to do a Camino because we liked to walk together. You know, this is what you do. You go, you say, I like to walk. So how about we do 30 kilometres a day? Now, when we went back then, I mean, we're a little bit more prepared now, but actually back in the day, we decided we walk every day. How hard can that be? Right? Yeah. We walk our dogs every day. We walk all the way around this particular trek, which is about 4.5 kilometres long. And surely we can go 30 kilometres a day, no problem.
Of course you can. I can't see any problem with this.
Can you see any problem with this? We literally did 100 kilometres over 3 days. And our extra training that we did running into it, and if you could see me now, I'm doing the air quotes around the extra training, was basically we walked around our 4.5 kilometre track twice and said, sure, we'll be grand. Oh my goodness, we were not prepared.
How many stints of it have you done?
And now this will be our fourth stint. So we did one which we call the English way first. So we literally did to see if we liked the concept. Now we were so ill prepared for it. I'm not even going to lie. Right? by the third day, we had our playlist and we were absolutely blasting it in between towns. So I don't think it was as spiritual as it should have been because we were literally limping into our feet were in bits. We got into the hostel and we got up in the lift and we were so relieved. We thought, oh my goodness, we're there. We're in the last bit. We went up the lift and then there was 3 stairs down and back up, you know, because it was an old building to get to our room and we nearly couldn't go down the stairs and back up. And all I could think of was, thank God that's over. And yet we thought about it and we just realised we'd just done too much. So we actually did go back and do another one, but we try not to do more than 25 kilometres a day. So we decided we'd walk from Lisbon all the way to Santiago. So we do the Portuguese Camino.
Okay.
So that's what we started. So we've done a couple of stints already. And now this one is going to take us from Coimbra to Porto. So we're going to do 125 kilometres in 5 and a bit days. So, you know, that's what we're doing. But we've been not doing it for 2 years. And then we realised we haven't trained with our bag on our back because obviously we haven't worn the bag. So we had to get the bag out and we did the Stairway to Heaven in Fermanagh. And I'm going to tell you, Stairway to Heaven, my heart was broken by the time we got up to the top. I was definitely more chipper coming down.
I had this feeling that you're going to be airlifted off the mountain.
It could be. We picked the Portuguese one because there's less mountains. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I mean, is there like a, you know, can you get yourself a bike at any part?
You can cycle it, believe it or not. But listen, if you think it's tragic me walking it, cycling it would be even worse.
Well, I have to say, I know the cyclists are a very active community and we wouldn't want to say anything against them.
No.
But what I will say is I'm never getting on a bike again as long as I live.
Oh, really?
No, because I had an accident when I was abroad.
Okay.
And do you know, it was all my other half's fault.
Oh, well, always.
Yeah, like 100%.
Yeah.
I was cycling ahead of him.
Okay.
So I had seen the shipwreck as I went around the corner. And then he came around the corner after you and went, oh my God, look. And I thought it was something else. You know, something that had happened. And I turned to look and then I fell off the bike and ended up in hospital.
Hospital?
What
did you do?
I tore my arm open.
Oh.
I had to have surgery. Yeah. They had to proper.
Proper like surgery?
Well, they numbed it up and then they did.
I don't think that classes as surgery. What?
Niamh, for the sake of the dramatic arc of my story, I had life-threatening surgery.
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And do you know what he said?
What did he say?
He said, do you mind if I go back to the beach while you're in? I said, yeah, I do. I absolutely do.
Did he not know you?
You sit there.
Was that early in your career?
You sit there with all of the other infirm of Lanzarote while I stare death head on on the operation table.
See, you should have had me with you. I'd had never been on a bike in the first place because I did actually, you know the way I do my 3 things that scare me? I said one year, I'm going to get back on a bike because I hadn't been on one since I was a teenager. And my friend and I went off on our bikes and she went on to don the Lycra situation afterwards. Me, a couple of trips in, I thought, some things are just not meant for you.
Exactly. Do you know what? Do you know what I will say about cycling?
It is great.
You have to have a specific arse and I don't have it.
Have you done anything, taken on anything that you didn't think?
Yeah. Do you know what I did actually? Now, I've only ever done this twice.
Okay.
But every single time you've bitten off more than you can chew here.
Okay.
Being a best man.
Oh.
It's organising the stag party.
Yeah.
It's so stressful. I organised it for my brother, right?
Okay.
And my brother is like, he's got loads of lads. They're all like ladsy mates.
And
so
I look at you and say, you're the man to organise that.
Yeah, I'm going to go, mani pedis, guys. You're all going to have we're all going to get facials.
Lovely. I bet they'd like it.
Of course they would. Of course they would.
would.
But what we did was we ended up doing these kind of war games. You know when you're up.
War games?
You know it's like, what's it called? Paintball.
Oh my God.
Where you're crawling around a forest.
Yeah.
Shooting paint at each other, right?
Wow.
And then afterwards, we did axe throwing. Have you ever heard anything more toxic and masculine in your life than a group of drunk men throwing axes? And you know what the unnerving thing about it was
were you good at it?
No, it wasn't, Niamh. And I thank you for that. Like, I do appreciate your faith in me. But at one point I threw an axe, right? And I completely missed the board.
Well.
And
maybe you weren't aiming first.
There's a tone creeping in here that I'm not a fan of, Niamh. I threw an axe and it went over the wall. So I had to go around and get it.
Oh.
Do you know what was behind the Axe Target?
What?
A playground.
What's it?
I just think that's an error in planning. And I said it to them, I said, why would you put the Axe Target beside a playground? He said, well, we never had someone throw one over a wall before. And I was like, well,
There you go. Gifted.
that was very aggressive.
I know.
The other time I did one recently for one of my best friends. He was getting married and he wasn't going to have a stag. And then I kind of said, no, let's just do something.
Yeah.
Because it's better to do something than not. Even if we do something small.
Yeah.
So he's from Naas, but he wants to go somewhere just kind of local.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, grand. Well, tell me a couple of places in Naas that I can contact them and we can like try and book in a group or something.
Yeah.
So we went for a nice meal. And then he named 2 pubs. I can't remember what they're called. I think one was Fletcher's and then one was something else, right?
Right, okay.
So he said, like, they've got nice little spaces that we might be able to book.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I rang one. And they said, no, they weren't open because of COVID. They hadn't opened back up and this section was closed.
Yeah.
I thought, grand, fair enough. And I rang the other one and they said, they'd love to have us, booked it. So we went to the dinner and then I said, well, I'll go ahead just to make sure that they have
Everything
the space
sorted.
first, grand. I mixed up which one I'd booked and which one had said no.
Okay.
Right? And I went to the one
That you
that
didn't
said no. And they went, no, there's no booking. I said, excuse me. 100% there's a booking. There absolutely is. Thank you very much. She's like, well, it's not in the booking. That's not open. I was like, no, it's grand. I've had these conversations with blah, 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 blah. And she was like, I don't know who you're talking to. And I was like, no, it's all grand. Trust me. And we went in to this place, which was absolutely perfect. They opened it. We had a very nice time. And then on the Monday, I got a phone call from the place that actually booked. Say, how come you didn't show up?
Raging.
All I will say is, a little bit of confidence and being a little bit bull thick with a gin and tonic on you, you'd be surprised what you'll get. So what we did was, we, as usual, we just did a bit of a shout out to ask for the times that you have bitten off more than you could chew. And I have to say,
It's impressive.
there's a lot of biting going on. A lot of people taking big bites.
Yeah.
Lorraine, this is fascinating. She says, the time I bit off more than I could chew, I decided to become foster carer as we had the space and love and it was something we always wanted to do.
Oh, very admirable.
Yeah, that is very
That's
admirable.
very nice,
yeah, absolutely. We'd originally planned to be respite carers as we wanted to build our experience before getting in too deep. The social workers told us we were more than capable of doing full-time short-term care. So in the end, that's what we got approved for. Our son was 2.5 at this stage. Had a couple of respite stays booked in with us and we got a call about a 9-year-old who needed a short-term place for a few weeks. So threw ourselves in and had her move in along with the respite children. Our 9-year-old was with us for 3 weeks and our respites had come and gone when we got a call about a baby that was going to be born who needed a short-term placement for about 6 to 8 weeks. And could we take that baby? Our 9-year-old ended up having huge additional needs and on top of that, COVID hit and she needed homeschooling. And she was here for just shy of 2 years. The baby will be 3 in June and we were currently going through the process of adopting her. So we went from relatively new parents to a toddler to full-time parents of 3 children, one of which had additional needs. What did we learn from this? The social workers are a bunch of liars. Do you know what? You seem like the most caring human on the face of the earth and then there's a little line of bitterness at the end.
There's a little bit
You're
of
my kind of person, Lorraine.
bunch of liars. No, actually, Lorraine, that's pretty phenomenal. But I imagine that the social workers are desperate for people to place.
I'd say so. I mean,
I did think about this actually at one point about
Really?
foster care. And I love kids because they're very uncomplicated and they're direct and often brutally honest, which I quite like. Brutally honest. But I also know that there's often reasons why people need help. And I think it's a small thing in some ways, but actually it's a huge thing to actually invite anybody into your home. I mean, even if you give somebody an overnight stay, so it's kind of unusual. You have to be a certain person. So I really admire you, Lorraine. But social workers will take your hand off and it's never going to be what they say because they don't know.
Yeah, of course. I mean, exactly. They're just trying to do the best. They've got a job to do.
You should do foster care and you'd be amazing.
Niamh,
for cats.
I did it for cats.
Yeah.
I did it with 3 cats.
I know, and you couldn't.
For 6 weeks, and I swear to God, I almost had a nervous breakdown.
So no children.
Like, how is this so hard? Like, I was up all night. Like, because there was 3 little kittens. They were all 6 weeks old.
I know, your nerves were
and they were
shot.
and do you know what? I hadn't realised there were so many little places
They could
could crawl into. One day, the press with the bin in it, I left that open, and they all crawled in behind like the kitchen presses.
And you're, oh my gosh.
I was trying to coax them out with bits of cheese. I don't think cats are into cheese. I think that was actually the problem.
I was just, in my head, I was going, there's so many things wrong with that statement. I don't even know where to start.
What I will say, Lorraine, is, okay, fair play, you've done all that fostering,
Yeah.
but none of those kids were getting in behind your kitchen counters.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
It could have been worse.
It could have been an awful lot worse. You've a lot to be thankful for. Well done, though.
No, but well done, Lorraine, actually. And you know what? It just sounds like actually you're in a very good place despite that. You've certainly learned you'll be more definite with the social workers. You need to be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, totally. Like, I mean, I've often thought about it. Like, I have thought about it, that it is a nice thing to do. But it's also, do you know what? Like, it's also very nice to have a spare room. You know, like I was saying, like, it would be very helpful, obviously, if I fostered a child.
Of course.
But
what would you do
where
without
would I
a
put my
spare?
ironing board?
Yeah. It's a decision.
It is.
It's a decision. Oh, right. Okay. We'll just move swiftly on, please. Rosalind, I did a tandem parachute jump to raise money for my son's school. Oh, this is all bad already. There was a video made of all the parents. Mine couldn't be used as I was swearing and crying, and they thought it would be upsetting for the children. I think actually they missed a major educational moment for those children.
If you want to raise money, send that. And surely you could sell that video.
Yeah, a very big educational moment of this is what happens when you do something that's out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, completely.
I've often been pressed into service, as you know, to do strange things because I can't help it. I can't help it.
Pressed into service like a sleeper agent.
However, the minute you would say the word parachute or jumping out of a plane would be over for me.
I have to say, whenever I hear
Would you do
the
it?
word, no way, like, not
You know,
to save my own life.
You know,
like, if the plane was going down, they handed me a parachute, I'd say, no, I'm actually grand.
I'll see how far we can get down before.
I'll stay with the plane. Me and the captain. No, not.
You know, we could end
I
up
couldn't do it.
not even if we challenge to do it together.
No, like this is your one big flaw, is that when somebody challenges you,
I know, I
you
can't
rise to it. When somebody challenges me, I walk away and say, no, I'm very comfortable feeling I haven't achieved something.
I refer you to the previous episode when we discovered the zip lining thing very early on. Right?
Yeah, and I knew when I did the baby course, when I was 3 foot off the ground, not for me.
No, okay.
Not for me.
But
I'll have a coffee.
Me, I'd have gone on and done the whole thing and been traumatized the whole way through it. You were honest in your reaction. And I think if more people were honest.
And the thing about it is, whenever somebody says, I'm doing a charity parachute jump,
Immediately
I
you
always
say,
think, you're doing a parachute jump and you want us to pay for it.
yeah. Oh,
No.
I know. No.
No.
Okay.
I think parachute jumps...
Is that your hard line?
I'm on a soapbox now, hard line.
Is this your hard line?
Hard line. I think parachute jumps should be for people that are completely qualified. I don't think anybody who is even remotely underqualified should be jumping out of a plane.
Well, like us,
Ever.
like us answering problems on this show.
Yeah, I mean... And that's an absolutely brilliant analogy. And I have an leg to stand on.
Okay.
But I definitely think that, you know, like, you know, when you hear those things, like, you know, like wasn't there one recently there was somebody killed?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah. And I was just like,
I think there's
fair. I think that's absolutely fair. I mean, if you jump out of a plane with no qualifications and die, you've only yourself to blame.
Well,
I think it's a very fair outcome.
But you know,
I
a
think
tandem one.
if you live and you land safely, I think you've been incredibly lucky.
Yeah, but sorry. If you've a tandem one, right? If you've a tandem one, the thing is, what's even compounded? All right, you have the security of knowing somebody else knows how to pull the cord, but actually you're strapped very intimately onto the person behind you. You'd have to be very happy about that situation.
That's the worst job in the world, to be a qualified parachute jumper, and you're
basically like
a screaming, blithering idiot is strapped to you. Imagine doing your job with somebody who was an absolute maniac harnessed onto you. It's the worst job in the world.
Well, Rosalind, my next question is, did you actually ever do anything like that again?
I would say she didn't.
Never.
But well done.
But
well done.
Do you know what? I really admire that is the correct and proper reaction to throwing yourself out of a plane.
100% Niamh.
Dave,
Dave says, I did the Dublin Marathon. I cried, hallucinated and had chafed nipples. It's the chafed nipples that I never. That's the thing that killed it for me. I did once consider I would do a marathon.
Okay.
And then, no. Chafed nipples, absolutely not.
Oh, no.
I thought I'd be fine as I'm reasonably fit and run regularly. I had trained for it and honestly thought I would fly it. Never again. I lost so much weight from it. I looked sick for about 6 months.
Oh, Dave.
I have to, like, it's the emotional roller coaster that I couldn't take.
Okay.
It's like crying and being in pain at 20 miles and knowing you've got 6 more to run like that. I couldn't do it. I remember one of my friends, his dad did the Dublin Marathon, right? But he did it as he wasn't putting himself under pressure. He was just doing it.
Doing it as his pace. Yeah.
And it's awful. He stopped on Glasnevin Avenue.
Okay.
Like that was quite close to where they lived.
Okay.
And to say, like, to take a drink of water, and his
family were there.
Yeah, his family were there, and they said hello. And his wife told him that the marathon, that it had already been finished about half an hour ago. Like, that it was over. He's still at about 10 miles to go. Talk about hitting the wall.
Did he finish it?
He did.
There you go. Jacinta says, I've just moved house. But we were selling our house and in a chain. It was the most nerve-wracking 6 months of my life, and it had fallen through twice before we did it. And I'm a shell of a woman. Oh my goodness, Jacinta, I totally feel your pain. Yeah. They do say, what are the 3 most stressful things? Death, divorce, and moving house.
Is it divorce?
Apparently.
I thought it was changing job. I suppose it's very similar, isn't it? It's very similar.
But I totally understand you saying that this is like crazy, and probably a shared experience for most people, because especially the minute, my goodness, it must be chaos. Like I think half the reason I don't move or change.
See, I got very lucky.
Yeah, you did.
Like, because when I bought my apartment, it was literally like, do you want to buy this apartment? I was like,
okay.
Yeah, grand.
When did that happen?
12 years ago.
Okay.
13 years ago. It was like...
Was that just after the recession?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just the end of the boom. I mean, financially, it was an absolute nightmare. Like, it's, I mean, I'll never pay it off. I'll be dead.
That's okay.
But, and yeah, I mean,
it's cheaper than rent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I never got into that cycle of looking at places, falling in love with places and losing them. And
yeah. I'm
just very lucky.
Well, my husband already had the house, so I just moved in there. That was my way around it.
Don't marry a man, marry the property.
It was nice too. But Jacinta, you're there now. Is that your forever home? I wonder. Let us know.
Do you know what? Sometimes your forever home is like the one. The one that you marry. It's not about, is this your forever home because you love it? Is it?
Can I be arse leaving?
You can't be bothered going back to the pool. Like,
oh God! Oh,
sometimes you don't need the converted attic or the conservatory. James says, I once told my wife I would convert our garage into a spare room. After a couple of weeks, I had to bail and call in the professionals. I was proud of myself for having the courage to know when I was beaten. James.
You should be proud.
No, he shouldn't. I'm sick of this every kid gets a medal approach. You failed, James. Accept it. Like, this I had the courage to know when I was beaten. You failed. There's no need to be proud of yourself. You can be a little bit ashamed. Like, your world won't end.
This has been
God almighty.
So far, this has been a very stressful show for you. I don't know many soapboxes you've tried to jump on today.
I'm just saying that you don't need to be. You can say, like, it didn't work out. Not I can be I'm proud of myself for having the courage to know when I was beaten.
No, this is 2 stars and a wish. I think this is good. You got to say 2 good things that happened and something I could have done better. James, to be.
Do you know what I will say? I would stake my home on it being his wife that called the professionals.
Yeah. You're probably right.
We are pausing for a moment to remind you that Agony Rants is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network. If you would like to support us and the show, you can become a member for as little as €5 a month, and in return you will get bonus episodes from us and from all of the shows on the Head Stuff Podcast Network. To subscribe, head over to headstuffpodcasts.com. Also, we are here to tell you about another great show on the Head Stuff Podcast Network. It's called I Know That Face, and it's been running for quite a few years now, and it's absolutely brilliant. I Know That Face is a movie podcast, and it takes a deep dive into the career of a character actor. These are not A-list celebs. They seem to easily flip between hero and villain, and although you might not know their name, you definitely know their face. This is a must listen for movie lovers. It's absolutely brilliant, and there's tons of great film recommendations in there. The show is hosted by Stephen Porzio and Andrew Carroll, which are two of the film writers on headstuff.org. So check it out. Here's a clip.
I Know That Face is a movie podcast on the Head Stuff Podcast Network, hosted by me, Stephen Porzio.
And me, Andrew Carroll. Our show is all about character actors. The type of performers you'll see pop up in supporting roles in blockbusters. The type of people you know the faces but not the names.
Each episode we pick one particular character actor and discuss a couple of their movies, shining a light on the performer's career while giving listeners plenty of movie recommendations. So the show is a must for cinema lovers.
Subscribe to I Know That Face wherever you get podcasts and follow us on Twitter at I Know That Face P1.
So this week's problem. Hey, Niamh and Gearóid, I'm separating from my husband and I haven't told anyone yet. I'm going to be breaking it to my family this month. Oh my God. I think they have suspected that things have been rocky between myself and my husband for quite some time. We have been together since we were in our 20s and we are both 42. He isn't a bad man, but he isn't particularly nice to be around either. The catalyst for this was when I turned 40 and did something completely
read that again. It's inappropriate to laugh.
The catalyst for this was I turned 40 and did something out of character. I had a fling with our vet. If you're going to have a fling,
well,
a vet, it's a fantastic place to start.
Yeah, some of them.
I have to.
Good with animals.
I swear to God, there's been time. You want to see our vet, Niamh?
This is a serious problem, girl.
I swear to God, I've had moments where I've thought I could just snap a little leg now on the cat. Anyway, I was shocked at myself.
If I didn't know how much you love boots, I would be definitely reporting you to someone.
That was a joke. I don't want nobody. Anyway,
you'd be on some register somewhere, girl.
I was shocked at myself, and it only lasted a couple of weeks, and I had to end it and tell myself that I was a married woman and to cop on. He was a bit younger and very attractive. Of course he was. And I just thought, why not? Why not indeed? Ever since then, I realised that I'm not happy and I want more out of life. About 6 weeks ago, it came to a head at home. We had been bickering for a while and I just said I wanted out. If I'm honest, my family aren't that fond of my other half. They can see he is lazy and I have to put up with his moods and whims. I'm sure they will be on my side, but I know I'm going to feel guilty and upset over the next few months. I think I'm actually writing this to remind myself I did the right thing. My question is, how should I tell... Love that we've got this far in, we still haven't got a question.
Okay. I have a lot of questions.
My question is, I spilt wine on the curtains and how do I get that out? No, my question is, how should I tell my parents, and do you think I should trust my friends with the affair? I would love to be able to talk about it with someone. Anyway, for obvious reasons, please don't use my name. By the way, saw you on Vicar Street with Joanne. Absolutely gas.
Okay. Well, there's a lot to unpack here.
There's an awful lot to unpack here.
So, let me just say, initially, I feel very strongly you've already made your decision, so that's not a difficult thing, and probably the right decision. It sounds like the both of you have grown apart in that time. That's fair enough.
It doesn't sound like there's any question about whether you feel like you're right or wrong.
Yeah, there's no ambiguity here.
She's not vague.
Yeah. And she really feels... are you feeling a little bit worried about the fact that your parents are going to be surprised or upset or put off? I don't know. But I'll be honest with you, at this point, the biggest thing that comes across to me is that you are going to tell your family that you're going to split up. You need to be definite about it. Affairs, absolutely do not discuss that with any single person. You've done that. You know, you and this person, if you can keep it between you, that's probably the best thing in the long run. As much as you'd love to talk about it, and maybe part of you wants to do it so that you can say that you have done it, I don't know, but it actually serves no purpose to discuss that with anybody. So the thing is, if you and your partner are going to split and you're happy enough about that, you've made that decision and you think it's the right thing for the two of you, and both of you feel that way, bringing up things that were just, a thing is only there to hurt that person a bit more, and that's no point in that.
Okay. Well, you see, I think what's going on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, okay, so if she had the affair 2 years ago? That 40...
40, yeah. So, it's 2 years ago.
Okay. I think what's happened is, right, she had this affair and she's been in her head now since then.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
she's living in this little fantasy world where it's all very...
It's all affairs with vets.
Exactly, Niamh. Exactly.
It's like a romance novel.
Exactly. You're the cover of a Mills and Boons novel. And now it's all starting to become a bit real. And I think that now you've realised, like, your fantasy is starting to become reality. And the difference between a fantasy and reality is they're never the same.
Oh, I know.
So I think what's happened is your fantasy is now moving into your reality. And there's nothing that makes something more real than having to tell your parents. Because I think that is the ultimate judgment, isn't it? Like, it's the great leveler. And I think, okay, if they don't like the guy you're with and, you say they're not that fond of him, then maybe they'll be happy for you. Maybe they feel like you've been in a bad situation and now you're getting out of it. But what I would say is this idea of telling all your friends.
Yeah, no.
I just don't think that's a great idea, because you might not come out well.
Well, whether you do or not, obviously you and your partner have things to deal with, and perhaps it is the right decision for you. That's not... So I think the affair is actually outside of that. I think
it's
really...
irrelevant. I mean, like, the other thing is, perhaps you have a sister or a really best friend that you can trust with this. But
yeah, it does. It changes everything for you. You've no idea.
It does.
You have no idea.
I mean, if she wants to get it off her chest, I mean, maybe it's something she should talk to a therapist or somebody professionally qualified, as opposed to people
outside.
that have a podcast.
Yes, possibly, who are in no way qualified. But I will say, if you speak to your friends about that, there's no not speaking about it again. And it does change your dynamic. Actually, make a very valid point there. Perhaps if you really want to talk to someone, you should probably talk to someone who is qualified, who can talk about it outside of an office. Create, a therapist or counsellor can help you with that.
Yeah.
And find out why you had this affair, possibly, or why you want out of where it is.
And the other thing, like, because I feel like even us saying, like, keep it to yourself, it sounds like we're judging you a little bit.
No,
and
we're not.
Because, I mean, the one thing I will say about an affair is affairs fill the gap. Do you know what I mean? By
Sorry,
their very nature.
No, I want you to.
No, but affairs, like, there's. I always think that when an affair happens, it fills a space.
Yeah, maybe that's
just
a void. A void.
A void.
Okay, will we try that?
Yes. It feels like, I think people have come apart and created this
void.
Distance. It feels a distance.
Okay.
So, like,
it might not be the best.
You haven't mentioned at all through this whole letter how your husband feels about this, or how he, or whether you were grown apart, or whether you. And I think, to be honest, I think that the fact that you haven't mentioned that. In a way. It feels like you're on different planets, really.
Yeah. And it's possible, that you're feeling guilt over it. And I can definitely feel that will be the case. But this has been done by the looks of it. It only lasted a couple of weeks. It's 2 years later. The thing is, at this point, the affair itself is not the issue.
It's probably not even relevant.
So that's why I think if you went and spoke to someone, that will help you what happens next, no matter what the next thing is. Because you have to understand why that happened, or why you did something out of character, or why you felt something was missing. But, it could be a million reasons and nothing to do with your partner, but it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you tell your parents you've come to this decision, and you be honest about it, but not to the point where they don't need to know the particulars. They don't need to know that you've had an affair. They don't need to know any of that. You just need to know that this is, and I know it's hard, especially because their generation possibly, and the generation before that it's not what people did. They stayed together.
Exactly.
But, I think essentially every parent wants their child to be happy.
I think when you're telling the parents, and this is the other part of her question, is how she should tell her parents.
Yeah.
I think you tell your parents. You don't tell them you're thinking of separating. You don't tell them.
No.
Everything you say is very definite.
This is what's happening.
Is it a fait accompli?
Well, it sounds like it.
Is that what the word is? Fait accompli?
Yes.
Yeah, it's you're telling them a story that has happened. We have separated. It's done. And you don't open the door for them to advise you or to, I mean, obviously they will advise you and they'll talk to you, but you don't give them any sort of, we're thinking of separating. Like I think in a situation like this, it's not one of those situations where you dangle something, say, oh, we're not happy, we blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think it's, we've separated, it's done.
Yes.
And that's the way to tell them, because then they have a thing that they're dealing with. They're not...
Yeah, it's not tenuous. They're not trying to find a solution.
Yeah,
basically what they're doing is you're informing them that this is the situation. And I think projecting it as something that is better for both of you is actually a very positive thing and probably a better road to go down, rather than we were killing each other. I think it's probably obvious to people that you're not happy. And if you two make that decision, that's between you and your partner. That's always the case in my head. And everybody has opinions. Just be honest. As Gearóid says, fait accompli.
Yeah, drop the bomb, not 1,000 grenades.
Oh.
Like, don't have them wondering, going, oh, maybe this will happen and maybe this has happened and maybe that. Just go, boom.
What book were you reading that was in?
I swear to God. I think
or did that just happen?
I think I should write greeting cards.
Goodness
the perfect greeting card. Here's your bomb as opposed to 1,000 grenades.
Yeah. And so the next part of your question is, should you trust your friends with the affair? Absolutely not. I understand you'd love to talk to, but why do you want to talk about it? Do you know what the
realistic thing is here? And we have to be realistic about this. What will happen, and I'm 100% certain of this, right, is you'll announce your divorce, there'll be a girls' night out, and within 3 glasses of wine, everyone will be at the table, will know about the fact that you were riding the bet. That's what's going to happen. Like, we have to just accept she's written to us because she wants to talk about it.
It wants to come out.
And she wants it to come out. And she's going to hear it on the podcast and she's like, oh, I did that. And she's excited about it. So what's going to happen is she's going to tell the girls.
That's fair enough.
To finish this, do you know what I really would like?
What would you really like?
I'd love to be on the night out where this all comes out.
Oh, I know.
I'd say it's going to be one hell of a night.
No. What we want to be is on the table next to it.
Even better.
I think that this show has proven one thing to me. Is you are all up on your soapbox about lots of things. I have never seen you get so up about so many things.
Very worked up today.
And that, you have a thing for vets. I didn't know that. There's a lot.
Man in scrubs.
There's a lot going on. Oh, well, I suppose. Yeah.
See, do you know what it is? It's a man in scrubs in the medical profession who's not going to judge you for what you're eating. An awful lot to be said for that, Niamh.
That's what... that defines a vet.
Yeah, I mean, it's a man. Have you ever seen?
Yeah, but they judge you for what you feed your dog.
A vet cuddle a kitten.
Oh well.
Oh God Almighty!
I know, they're amazing.
We've been very happy to provide our assistance.
Yes, we have.
To the podcast world today.
Yes, I'm sure you're all enriched by all of the things we talked about today.
Yeah, congratulations! You've got to the end, and you are infinitely a better person.
Mm-hmm. And watch out for my little videos of my feet are falling off.
Yeah, listen, we don't want any blister pics.
No.
That's the one thing I can't bear about people that go walking. Like, look at me blister.
No,
it's like, okay. I'd rather not, to be honest. Turn that camera around on a sunset, please. It's been lovely to chat to you. Thanks so much for listening.
See you again.
Bye.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Head Stuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.
Being a parent can be really challenging. Child and Family Resource Network focuses on connecting pregnant parents and those with kids under the age of 5 with free support services to help them on their parenting journey. Everyone deserves someone they can turn to for help with parenting. Visit childandfamilyresourcenetwork.org today. Being a parent can be really challenging. It's normal to feel uncertain about whether you're doing the right things to raise healthy and happy children. That's why Child and Family Resource Network focuses on connecting pregnant parents and those with kids under the age of 5 with free support services to help them build confidence in their parenting journey. Everyone deserves to have someone they can turn to for support with parenting. Visit childandfamilyresourcenetwork.org today.